Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another wonderful rendition of the Evernight Saga. This is our 5th session, ladies and gentlemen. Our 5th and wonderful session. We are getting so close to a half dozen already. When last we had met, some unusual events had taken place. A wooden wyvern that later changed into a bone wyvern had set fire to a town known as Stockston, and our crew had valiantly, literally beat it down into the ground. Only for some unusual events to occur. A lich had made themselves apparent. Illusion magic was everywhere. The party got separated. Niram rushed off into the glowstalk forest, clutching a very much unconscious Mycella to their chest as they did so run. We had a separation where Nasha and Ali are facing off against, well, a mimic that's taken the form of a Tarask, dripping black, inky goo everywhere that it stands. And whoever shall face today's events, well, let us start with our first player for the day, Mycella yourself. Mycella, when last we had been together, you had fallen unconscious due to the sheer amount of overwhelming presence and literal area of effect damages done by the plant and bone wyvern. Your ally managed to get you to safety, giving you rudimentary first aid and keeping you from death's door. We find you groggily coming back to yourself. So, tell us, how does Mycella see the world today? As usual, you have your 3 components: roleplay, combat when it's applicable, and plenty of movement and action. So, paint for us.
Roleplay, of course.
I suppose so, and I know exactly who you're going to roleplay with. I will put 4 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. If you need a little more, please indicate in the side chat, and let's just say we'll barter. Until then, time starts. Have fun.
You saved me.
Well, of course. I had to. If not, you'd be dead.
Didn't have to.
Well, I had to. Like I said, you'd be dead.
I would have been fine on my own, thank you very much.
Look, it's perfectly fine. You could thank me later.
I don't think so.
And why not? We're surrounded.
Surrounded? What are we surrounded by?
You don't see them?
No, I don't.
So I am using my mind then.
DM, what is the surroundings?
Time is on pause. Niram, if you would, roll for me an investigation check to see if you can notice what is actually going on in your surroundings to give Mycella some updated information. That is a 19 from the DM. Please overcome the challenge.
19, also.
On matching the DM, you slowly notice that there are very small shadow-like creatures flitting in between the branches of the glowstalks, hiding almost in the shadows created by the iridescent light. You hear little whispering scratches of talons on stalk and wood, the crunch of grass and twig. You even have the rough smell in the air of sulfur. There is indeed something or someone amongst the glowstalks, and I return your time to you now.
Prepare for battle. I'll get ready to fight.
Fight. What's out there?
Something that is willing to kill us. Just get ready.
Okay. I guess. Okay. I'll pull my bow out.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
I don't need you to protect me. I'm capable of protecting myself.
Like I said.
Thank you. Both of you did wonderful. Mycella, as you have gotten your bow ready and you are scanning the glowstalks, trying to get a lock on what's going on, would you please roll for me an investigation to see what it is that you see different?
Absolutely.
That's an 18 from the DM.
That's
We matched.
As well. Yeah.
Your eyes, even better adapted to the dark than most, slowly pan out to see that there are these small rodent-like creatures with large silvery talons attached to each of their paws. There are 4 paws in total. They are roughly about a foot in size, about 12 inches, okay? You know these to be called obsidian squirrels. They are ravage. They are literally built off of instinct and rage. They are not calm. They are not placid. They are not your cute little friendly squirrel. They're the I'm going to tear off all of your fingers type of squirrel. There's a large number of them amongst the glowstalks. Based off of your understanding, you know that they roll in a pack. There's probably about 7 of them in this pack. What do?
Am I able to attack?
Oh, absolutely. You have combat on the table when it's applicable, and you and Niram are indeed in the throes of it at this stage after identifying the enemy. So, you absolutely can take aim.
I would like to pull one of my daggers off of my hip, and I would like to throw it at one of the squirrels, the obsidian squirrels.
Absolutely. The armor class to hit the squirrel is an 8.
Well, I succeed. I've got a 22 on that.
Oh, you're going to crit, so you are devil damage.
As it transforms in midair, I want it to transform into a red mushroom and stick into the obsidian squirrel and detonate.
Oh, absolutely. You see that your arrow, where was once some twine, twig, and a little bit of stone, flies the air and is morphed into an innocuous-looking glowing mushroom of a darkened hue. You see it almost releases a miasmic mist around it as it flies. It instantly makes impact upon the squirrel. Please roll for double damage as you manage to get over crit.
Do I do my regular damage with my dagger plus the firebolt damage, or do I just do the firebolt damage?
No, I'll allow both. Since you're hitting with you're hitting with the initial slice first. That's perfectly fine. So, Yes, do your dagger's worth of damage, which obviously whenever you're using in projectile mode, it basically mirrors an arrow, but still has the stats. So please roll your initial attack with it, and then we'll do your firebolt immediately after.
16 damage with the dagger.
Beautiful. You instantly kill it.
Oh,
and now comes the firebolt to the nearest enemy behind it. Because remember, you overcrit. Firebolt can continue on if the first enemy is dead. It's a line of sight spell.
Mm-hmm.
So you can hit the next squirrel behind it.
I rolled 10 damage.
Oh, yeah. That squirrel is on fire. Literally, it is burning. And you can hear it rolling on the ground, skittering in pain, writhing, panicking, and chittering. And as it does, you notice an unusual dark aura spread out around all the other squirrels. They have activated pack tactics.
My soul looks at him and winks at him and says, "See, I don't need you."
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, I'm good.
All right. Then our eye in the sky kind of lifts up and follows to another part of the Glowstalk forest, where some of our allies had previously been hunkered down. Norun himself had been running with an unconscious form on his shoulders, this being the form of an unconscious Ivan. Now, Nor, you've been kind of hucking it for a little bit of time through the Glowstalks, trying to get some distance from where you last saw the giant wyvern. How do you address the world? What would you like to do? You have roleplay, movement, combat where applicable. Tell me what Nor is doing in this time.
Investigation!
Please, do for me an investigation. That's a 17 from the DM.
That's a 20 from me.
On an investigation roll, you've noticed that you've managed to make it about 10 yards away from the group. You can still hear like some of your allies speaking in the distance. There's sounds of their voices bouncing off the Glowstalks, but it's not quite certain at what direction they are. You hear the sounds of battle slowly dwindle to a close as your own pace stops, catching your breath, still hoisting the unconscious form on your shoulder. You are in a clearing of sorts, trampled almost by natural cross paths of animals and beasts alike. It's tranquil in this spot, almost too tranquil. Not even the sounds of the birds or the crickets are in the distance. You can't even hear the cry of a frog. It is unnaturally silent. What do you do?
Norun takes his sword out just in case. You can never be too safe.
All right, quick action. You draw your blade. Not an issue. Before you lie 4 pathways from this intersection. The way you immediately came, one to the north, one to the west, and one to the southeast. What do you do?
Norun looks between each of the paths, trying to see if he can get a feeling from any of them.
Do me an insight. That's a 15 from the DM.
No, well, if my die would stay on my rolling platform.
Story of someone's life, I'm sure.
That is a 17 from me.
On a 17. You notice as you're kind of looking down the paths and trying to get a sense of where you should be going, you almost feel a subtle pulse towards the southeast, as if something is calling you.
Norun takes a deep breath before heading that way, carefully. He doesn't want anything to happen.
As you are slowly making your way towards the southeast, the sky grows darker by every step, though it escapes your notice. You are so focused on your destination. As you are walking, you come to a stone, let's call it a dais of sorts. Large, flat surface, larger stones with intricate runes carved all around them. It seems as if there's a type of altar, and you stumbled upon it in your adventures. This altar is calling to you as there is a small, flickering flame within a singular torch that has been left on a brocade.
He approaches.
As you approach, the flame, sensing your presence, starts to grow in intensity. Not much, mind you, but slow, subtle growth as the clearing becomes bathed in this iridescent purple light. And you see more runes are revealed upon the surface of the slab.
I would like to try to read the rune.
Do you have knowledge arcana?
What? Say again?
Do you have knowledge of arcana?
Let me check.
Time for that skill check.
Not the skill check. In other games, that would be a nightmare.
What do you got for me?
In my skills, I do have Arcana.
Then what is your bonus?
+5.
Then please roll for me a d20 plus 5 and overcome the challenge. That's a nat 20 from the DM. Lowest you can roll is a 15 to match me.
That is a 20 from the player.
That is perfect. As you are slowly trying to understand the natures of the runes themselves, your internal flame starts to react to the purple flame that is lit on the torch. And as your two auras mingle, the language written upon the stone changes to Draconic. Your mind is able to read through the flames of eternity what is left behind. And the message on the slab says this: to he who pay the ultimate price will the ultimate treasure be found. Be warned, adventurer, not all costs are seen. And you see that there's a symbol. It almost looks like a crooked star with a line through it. And as you have managed to smash your arcana, almost as if you barely had to try for it, you recognize something. You recognize the symbol that has been left upon the stone. It is the name of a location. You are looking for a place known as the Tomb of the Hopeless. But what you have found is far more interesting. You have found a temple, if you will, a former temple. What is left is the shrine within, but to Nora, Empress of the Soul Realm herself, rumored to be the very entity to help create the mists of the Feywild. Whatever do you do?
Well, one, he sets down Ivan.
I figured you would set down Ivan.
Why do I feel like there's something bad because I set down Ivan?
I wouldn't say that.
Well, it might be bad for Ivan, not bad for me.
You definitely place Ivan, but where do you set him?
Anywhere the DM wants for story reason.
That's a very dangerous proposition. Thank you for the absolute lovely buffet you've just handed me. In your distracted nature of studying the runes and trying to understand the consequences, you have inadvertently laid one Ivan down upon the slab. Movement rapidly begins to happen behind the eyeballs, limbs twitching, violently moving, but the body seems stuck to the stone. As you are in contemplation, you notice all the sound near you, even the cries of distress from the body, are silenced. Time freezes for just a moment. And before you, literally appearing as if you blinked, but there's no way you could have. There's no way you could have missed it. But a lady of large stature forms before you, glowing of ethereal light, literally being able to see through her as transparent as glass. You see crystalline tears already falling from her eyes. And every time one hits the ground, it makes a shattering of glass sound. Before you is the Empress of Woe, they who rule the Soul Realm. She who is known as Elnora.
Norin jumps back for a moment before realizing who it is.
Did you say you try to jump backward?
Not actually jump, like flinch.
Ah, okay. So you don't physically move.
No. It just took him a second to realize what was happening.
Understandable. The entity before you barely even notices your movement, as if whatever is on her mind is completely encompassing all of her thoughts. The sorrow growing by the moment. You feel an unnatural sense start to flow around you, as if her wails are starting to affect you. What is your constitution?
My constitution, if I could find it, is 13.
Creature, or entity in this case, is trying to compulse you with her tears. I need to roll higher than your 13. It's a nat 20. Nor, as you gaze into the eyes of the weeping maiden, you fall to your knees, tears leaking down your own face. For in this moment, you are feeling the sorrow of Elnora. You've seen in your own mind's eye the passing of countless ages, countless souls sacrificed upon her slab, multitudes of mortals seeking every possible conceivable wish and only finding ruin in their wake. And now you stand the next before her, inadvertently activating her slab. And in her sorrow, it slowly converts to rage. You feel an unending, burning, passionate rage flowing inside of you, your body shaking in time with hers. It takes great force, but the entity slowly calms down. The tears stopping, your own reaction stopping in turn. And for a moment, all seems peaceful until a wicked smile appears on her face. All light blanks to the area. You can see nothing. You can hear nothing. You can feel nothing. And that is how we'll pass to our third player. Yiram.
Yes.
Yiram, you have been having a conversation with Mycella after she managed to literally break one of those obsidian squirrels as if it was a fragile little toy. Going further on to roast another that is literally still flailing around the ground in pain. How do you take in the scene before you?
How many are surrounding us currently?
There are currently 5 left, as one is incapacitated to fire, and one literally got shattered like yesterday's glass.
Well, when in doubt, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
You're going to Eldritch Blast one of the 5 left?
I'm pretty sure I could separate both the 2 Eldritch Blasts to point to one and kill another one, if it's possible.
I'm
going to do that.
All right, so the armor class for each one is a 10. So I'm going to need for you to roll higher than a 10 twice, since you were doing 2 separate beams. Reasonable?
Reasonable.
All right, so maybe with those 10s or higher. Oh, yeah, that's not even formality for formality's sake. But yeah, 19, 17, you're going to smash that. Please roll your damage. Though you don't get a crit because you didn't get 20 or higher with your spell, you do get the full damage of your Eldritch Blast on both. So hit it with that beautiful damage.
Okay. 10. 8.
So 10 on the first one?
Yes.
All right, so 10 damage. You shatter that squirrel as if it was fragile, like sugar glass. It just poof. There's little tufts of fur and talons that fly. And the second one, it's still alive, but it's hurting. It's got parts of its body are now singed and literally scarred over, like it's been cauterized. It's in some rough shape.
I look back at Maricela up with my hands kind of like gun shapes and blowing both of them. That's how you get it done.
You still have movement and you have role play on the table. Do you wish to initiate a role play?
No.
Solid. Do you wish to make any movements toward or away from the enemy?
So I'm going to stand my ground.
Reasonable. Then that'll pop us over to Mirth. Now, Mirth, it's been a little time since we had a chance to check in with you. When last we had seen you, you unfortunately had been struck through the mist due to an illusion spell being cast on your body. You recovered that health. You've long made a recovery at this stage. By this point, you have been walking with the crew, hunting and looking around in the glow stalks, trying to find things. I'd say the nearest person you are with, you are about 40 to 50 feet away from where you can see a giant, basically a large, giant-looking reptilian creature that is dripping blue goo that's setting various types of mushrooms on fire. You can see that. There's smoke. The giant form is above the tree, sticking out against the inky blackness in the sky. what do you do?
Am I familiar with what this creature is?
Would you do for me a knowledge arcana check and see if you are?
Hell yeah.
DM dropped his dice. Hold it. Oh no, it's a 2.
Oh, yay, my favorite.
I finally got a 2. Roll anything beyond a 2.
I got a 19.
Oh, formality and beyond. As you take a look at this creature, you recognize that it's in the form of a monster you've heard from myth and legend. The deadly and terrifying Tarask, but it couldn't possibly be. Tarasks are not covered in black goo. They are not known to drip such vile acids as to cause this. In fact, if you had to look at it closer, you notice that the teeth are in the wrong orientation. There's only one eye and an extremely long, dragging tongue. You know that this is a mimic that has taken on the form of a Tarask.
So I look at this thing and I look around. I kind of just stay out into the ether. You know, I thought I'd seen everything, and then I count pretending to be a Tarask. And yeah, I run up and I show him the punchline.
Oh yeah, you can easily make that 40-foot charge with your movement speed. Do you choose to rage before you do?
I'm a fighter, so no.
Oh, that's right. You don't have the rage feat yet. You could take it later. That's right. Thank you for correcting me.
Absolutely.
So,
But I did
okay,
gain
so
my extra attack with this one.
that is true. All right, so you do still get your extra attack at level 5. So if you're going to try and square up with the Tarask, I'm going to need you to hit higher than an 18 armor class.
Yeah,
Remember,
first roll was a
it's a mimic.
23.
Easily, you're going to crit on the first one. Let's see.
And second is
Let's-
a 17.
All right, so
No.
okay, is that a 17 plus anything, or is it just a flat 17 on the die?
17 after the pluses.
Oh, okay. 17 after bonuses. Okay. So you're going to fail on your second, but you're going to succeed on your first, and you have critical damage on the first. So you will double the damage output that you are capable of. So literally,
All right.
take your total die, and like the actual total, and double it.
Yep, that's going to be 21.
Beautiful. 21 points of damage go into the inky body. You see that you're managing to knock off blobs of the goo when you swing punchline. Like when you hit, bits of that goo are flying off in every direction. And everything it lands on is starting to smolder and burn.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to action surge.
You got it. Hit me with it.
Again. So first one
All right.
is going to be a 25.
All right, that's automatic crit.
And then the second is a 21.
Oh, double crits. All right. I'm going to say, because you managed to roll 2 crits, instead of doing double damage for both, I want you to roll me a combined total and double that.
All right, fair enough. All right.
That way you only have to roll once.
13, 15, 20, so it'd be 40 total.
Oh, yeah. You lop off part of the goo-like arm, and it falls to the ground, writhing. Before you notice, it starts to slink back to the main body, being absorbed by the leg. And slowly, that limb is being reformed back where it came from. It is not healing as fast as it normally does. So, kudos. You've managed to make this thing hurt a little bit.
And then I just pop backwards a little bit and get ready for the next one.
Beautiful. You're able to take the disengage action still, right? If you so wish.
Nope. I'll take the attack. Actually, let me see. I don't think so, but I'll double check.
You should be able to.
It's usually a rogue as a bonus action.
Ah, okay.
I'll take the attack against me. That's cool.
All right, no worries. Just wanted to figure out for range, okay?
Heard that?
So, the big bad that is currently in front of you, and Nasha, and an ally, is about to take its turn. Now, Nasha, if you would, remind me of your armor class? I did not hear what you said as your armor class. I'm sorry, your audio blipped. Oh, okay. I think that would be correct. The entity is going to use Legacy Attack Ink Blob Splatter, firing 3 large volleys of burning, literal inkish body that's covered in towards 3 separate targets: Allie, Nasha, and Mirth. Starting with Allie first. I got a nat 20. I got a nat 20. I got a nat 20. Okay. I will handle what the damage is going to be to Allie in just a moment. Next up on my targets list is Nasha. That's a 19. All right. And finally, Mirth, what is your armor class?
19.
Oh, he lifted it with a nat 1. I couldn't see what it was on the dice for a minute. That's a nat 1. That's perfect. Okay. So, Nasha, due to the fact of your ancestry, you're going to take reduced damage to this because it's from an infernal source. So, I will do your damage before I calculate Allie's. Let me get my 2d6s. And then I'll need my 2d4s. So, that's 7. 11 points total. Cut that in half. That's going to be 6. We'll call it 6. So, you're going to be taking 6 points of necrotic damage. The nat 1 isn't... Look, that flying blob of burning, inky-like substance just kind of like whizzes past your beard hairs, Mirth, just enough that you can like feel a little sound, but it doesn't do any damage. It's like a little in reference, Nasha, you're taking 6 points of necrotic damage because you have a natural resistance to anything from an infernal nature. And finally, we come to the damage to Allie. Allie got a crit. So, so that's 25 points of damage to an Allie, and their body breaks out into purple flames as a result. So they are in pain. You can see that they are not able to move. The flames have locked them in position. They cannot take defense. They cannot take action. It's almost as if their very like nature is fighting them because they cannot move past the sludge. With this legacy attack, if you are hit by it, you cannot move on your next turn. Your movement is disabled. So Nasha, you will not be able to move on your turn, but there's a lot you can still do, okay? Because it is your turn. So, now that the big bad has had a chance to throw out a little activity, Nasha, I throw it to you. You've taken a little bit of damage from an infernal source, but this thing is still very much wild and raring to go. So, what do? As usual, you have your 3 parts of the component for the turn, but if you're having any technical difficulties, please let me know, and we can come back to you if necessary, okay? Give just a moment so we can get a confirmation of tech. While we're waiting, remember, everybody, please hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you can be aware of when we have our next episode out, because not only do we have more coming, even better story is on the way. And I have so much more to tell you all. So please, stay tuned. Nasha, you ready? I think we're going to have to call it a technical issue at this stage. We will come...
She put
yes.
She put it in the chat that she's going to cast Stinking Cloud on the area of the creature.
Oh, thank you. There was a delay on my overlay.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. So you're casting Stinking Cloud on the enemy. Beautiful. You will need to overcome the challenge. It hurts. It's a nat 20 from the DM. It hurts because I didn't want to get that one, but it hurts. Hit a 20 or higher in order to... Oh, so it's a save. So I managed to pass that one, unfortunately. The Stinky Cloud means that it doesn't do anything since I saved it. So, unfortunately, though you did valiantly try to cast a cloud at the miasmic form that is known as this Mimic Tarrasque, it just gets kind of sucked up into its body on that nat 20. So it'll have to make another concentration check on your next turn in order to maintain ability, basically. Is that what I'm understanding? Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for that. We will move forward to our next player in the meantime, while some of these technical difficulties are being ironed out. That brings us back around to Mycella. Now, Mycella, due to something that happened on your previous turn, we missed one of the actions you have access to. So we're going to give you that refund here.
Thank you.
You are against the wonderful things known as the obsidian squirrels there near Niram, they're still very much trying to swarm near you. So, do tell, what do you do next?
I am going to use my bow to shoot at one.
Could you please repeat that? You had a slight audio blip on my end.
Oh, sorry. I am going to shoot at one.
Beautiful. The armor class to overcome is a 10. So if you would, roll for me.
16.
Oh, absolutely no problem. You are going to ram right through that thing. So roll for me your damage.
Is Niram within 5 feet?
Could you repeat that?
Is Niram within 5 feet?
Yes, he is, currently.
Okay. So I get sneak attack on this as well.
Yes, you would. Good catch. So the armor class, in order for you to beat, in order to hit it, is an 18. So please, using your sneak attack bonus, roll for me higher than its armor class in order to do some damage to this thing, all right? So, see, as you manage to get that squirrel taken care of, right? Because you target it pretty easy. You do the damage. It's gone. You notice that your mushroom is going a lot further than you'd planned. In fact, that mushroom had so much force behind it when that body broke that it is soaring upward into the sky above you and Niram. I'll give you an opportunity as a DM. Quick challenge, player versus DM. You and I are going to roll a flat d20 against each other. If you win, I'll give you something great. If you lose, you deal with fate. Do you accept the challenge?
I accept.
Put your dice where your lips are. That is a 17 from the DM. Overcome my challenge.
That is a 19 from Marcella.
Ha! That is beautiful. As the mushroom flipping in the air, going up and up, it starts to glow in iridescent golden light. Wild magic has been triggered. And as the wild magic triggers, you notice that what was once a mushroom is now a glowing star that falls very slowly and gently to your hands. Do you choose to grasp it?
I do.
You are in possession of a wish.
Holy. Wow.
But wishes from me, the DM, have a caveat. For everything you wish to happen, there must be an equivalent catastrophe that occurs. So, you'll have to meet her what that will be. You could ask for anything at any time, but a great disaster will follow immediately behind. But it's yours to use, so put it in your inventory. And you still have an action you can take on your turn because you're being refunded one you missed on your last turn. So, after gaining that crystallized wish, what is your next bonus action?
I am going to pull out another dagger, and I'm going to chuck it at another obsidian squirrel.
Easy. Armor class is a 10, so please flick that dagger and see if you manage to smash that squirrel.
23.
Oh, crit on the first one. Not even an issue. You're going to do double damage, so roll for me to double damage and see how badly you ruin that squirrel.
This mushroom is going to be green, and it's acid splash. Oh,
Ooh.
you
managed to kill the squirrel. It does a fair amount of damage. Your dagger is stuck in the ground where the squirrel once was.
18 from the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And the mushroom bursts into a 5-foot radius sphere. And I need all in the 5-foot radius sphere to do a dex check. Or a saving throw, sorry.
Niram. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm
so Niram and the
sorry.
enemy. Oh, God. That's fine, but there are 3 squirrels now that need to do the same check. So it's kind of a catch them all kind of situation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What is the check that Niram and the squirrels need to overcome? What is the cap, the challenge, if you will?
Dex 12. So good. You got this. You got this, Madame.
First squirrel whiffed on a 2. Second squirrel manages to pass on a 12. Third squirrel passes on a 17.
Okay, so one takes a D6 acid damage.
Oh, beautiful. It does not
And
do
that's
well
a
with
6.
acid. It seems to be obsidian squirrels are rather susceptible to acid. So it actually takes 12 points of damage and dies.
And she giggles while looking around, like assessing the playground.
As you are giggling and kind of having yourself some fun, roll for me a dexterity save before you see the ground that you're standing on starts to shake violently from an impact. That's a 17 from the DM on a dex check. Niram, you are saved from this one because of distance. The squirrels are not. So what did you roll?
I got a 19 on the die.
Not a problem. DM rolled a 17 when it came to that one. So the squirrels have to do a check, though. You managed to save it. So, like, you're riding the waves of the tectonic distortions. Like, you can feel the movements through the earth. And you're so connected to nature. It's just like child's play. You're not even trying. You're still giggling uproariously at your own destruction while you're doing it. First squirrel failed. Second squirrel failed. And the last one managed to make it. 2 of the squirrels succumb to the tectonic shifting as a small rift is opened beneath them, and they fall in. When the tectonic plates realign, they smush them in between. But one is left. And it has a very unusual mark underneath its eye, you notice. It seems to have what you'd call an alpha's mark.
Looking at Niram, I say that one might be a little tougher to take out. I'm not so sure. It's got a mark.
And speaking, as you say that across the field, our perspective comes to Nor, who is still, their body frozen, dark all around them, everything quiet. It's only been a fraction of a moment, or maybe it was an eternity. You don't truly know. But before you can even contemplate, you're brought back to the forest. The Lady of Sorrow is no longer standing before you, but in her place are 2 smoldering crystals. Seems as if her tears have solidified. What do you do?
Well, first he checks if he can move again.
Yes, you notice that all agency has been returned to your limbs and your body. It's almost as if only your mind sensed being frozen. Your body had no time to even react to being still. It's like it never happened.
He hums and then crouches to look at the crystals.
Investigation, if you would, to see if you understand what those crystals are.
D20, please. D20, please. D20, please.
That's a 17 from the DM.
Rolling platform. Dice, cooperate with me. Hey, not 20. It only took rolling off of my rolling platform 4 times.
As you kind of start to shrug off the experience and you're just kind of like trying to put it to the back of your mind as if maybe it's a distant memory, you grab both of the jewels and you notice that they are the most crystalline quartz that you could ever imagine. There seems to be small motes of light dancing inside them. You know these to be called the Tears of Elnora. They are filled with healing magic, but you also get a very ominous sense from them. Using them may not always go the way you want. But as you grab the crystals and you're examining them, the body of Ali begins to grow monstrously large. Second by second, this body just continues to grow and warp and distort. Black tentacles sprout from the body.
My good
There is no
DM,
longer...
don't you mean Ivan? Because Allie's not with me.
No. Trust me. Because, wait for it. I'm not done. Listen to the DM first. The body begins to grow. As the body begins to grow over there with you, Nor, Ivan's body begins to shrink, getting smaller and smaller until all that's left behind is a black and sickened looking gem. It hovers in the air just above the dais before it blasts, rocketing off into the night and colliding in the distance with the body of Allie. They start to glow a chromatic color in the distance. You can see them literally lighting up the night sky. Larger and larger, this entity grows. Massive forms, bulging arms the size of trees. Everywhere you look, you can see this form, and it is growing larger and larger by the second. It has crushed a portion of the forest where you can see some of your allies in battle with a by much smaller comparison mimic looking like a Tarrasque. You have just enough time to kind of process that as a giant foot comes down and steps on the mimic, crushing it beneath its heel. Everyone at their distance is in combat with the giant form that was once. It has now become a giant colossus, a one-eyed, black tentacle-draped monster known as the Harbinger of Death. What do you do?
Nor goes to sprint back to his allies, using his flames if he has to.
Absolutely. I can allow your flames to help augment your movement. We'll give you double your movement for one action. Call it a free action from the DM.
Ooh, what the fuck is my movement again?
So you can move up to, your movement should be 40 at a full run, so that would double it to 80. That would give you enough to get just within attacking and ranged attack distance near one of two groups of allies. Which one do you choose?
So whichever one is closer to the big ass
Let
thing.
the DM roll to determine that. You're heading after Nasha.
Norrune decides now is a good time to test something. As his flaming sword rises to his hand, he tosses it to Nasha.
You're going to throw your blade to Nasha. So she's going to take on Suitor's blade as an equipable weapon for a time?
Yes.
Nasha, coming through the air, almost lazily flipping and easily able for you to catch, is a blade of literal ornate design, something you've never even envisioned would be possible. This is the blade of Suitor. While you wield it, it has half the stats of what it would normally be for Norrune, but you can indeed wield it. And it is heading for you. Do you choose to grab it as a quick action before your turn?
I will try, yeah.
I'm not even going to make you roll for that. Nor set that up so beautifully for you. As you open your hand, it just slides in. And you notice it's almost the perfect hand grip. Like, there's no moment of not feeling comfortable with this in your grasp. That'll be when you have your time. But Nor, since you've managed to throw the blade to another, you still have an action or two you can take of your own. What do? You used your movement. You still got some combat you can throw down with.
Hey, Primordial Flame.
How did I know? This entity has an armor class of 20.
Is there any modifier I could get on this?
Your proficiencies. Since you are literally one with the flame, you have your attack bonuses. So any of your proficiencies should apply. Spellcasting, ranged attack, melee attack, whichever one you choose to go through, go for bonuses and see if you can hit on that 20.
So he takes the sword he actually got, not one he was not. Remember, he has two different flame swords.
That is true.
He has Surtur's blade, which he can give out to people, and then he has his sword that you have told me can change.
That is true. You can change the size, shape, or range of your weapon, but only once per combat. So, what form does this blade take?
Golden Scythe!
Golden Scythe. Make sure you have the stats for a scythe when you go to roll with it for physical damage. But yes, the flames very easily change the length of the blade, extending and then curving wickedly. The handle and the pommel extending and reducing in size so it's a smooth handle. You now hold a golden scythe, wicked in appearance and long in reach.
It doesn't
So-
have an actual reach stat, but I have its base and then the damage add-on it has.
Basic reach when it comes to a pole arm or anything like that, you're able to attack up to 15 foot away.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. Most pole arms, long arms, flamberges, large blades, things of that nature, they have a distance at which they can still hit.
Am I close enough to hit the damn thing? The giant.
I would say the fact that you augmented running, yes, you would be able to harbinger of death. You can literally slice one of its feet. I mean, this thing's foot's bigger than a house.
I am changing one of the stats of the Golden Scythe due to this technically being a weapon that's made out of flame.
That's fine.
So the base stat for the Golden Scythe, the base damage is 7, but the average damage
No, you're going to make that.
No, I'm reading off of its thing. Like, I'm reading what it says on its stat sheet.
Yes,
On the weapon
I
itself.
understand that. I'm telling you, DM, since you've made it from your primordial flames, it has custom stats. Its base damage is 2d10. Okay,
2d10?
reach is 15 foot. 2d10.
Okay. So should I roll to hit, or am I just going to hit either way because of how big the damn thing is?
You're gonna. I'm gonna say, even though it's an armor class of 20, due to the fact that you're able to attack from 15 foot away, we will reduce that challenge to a 15. So hit me with that 15 or higher in order to hit it with your changed weapon. The only reason you're getting that 15 is because your weapon makes other enemies lower their AC as a result.
Hey, 19!
On a 19, you are going to slash into this thing's giant, meaty foot. So, roll for me your damage.
Let's see. 10 and 13.
13 points of damage. You slice into the giant's foot, and it's almost as if your blade is passing through sludge as it goes. There's a lot of resistance. It takes some damage, but it doesn't seem to do very much. That'll bring us to Niram. Niram, there is the alpha obsidian squirrel standing between you and Mycella, and off in the distance, you see what was once that giant inky Tarrasque has turned into a much worse problem. 2 large, shadowy limbs reaching up into the heavens to this massive, colossal form covered in writhing tentacles. One eye glaring down at everyone. Vicious, ruthless, ready to destroy. Whatever do you do?
I'm gonna shoot the bastard in the head. The
You're going
rat.
to try and aim for glowing eye?
You know what? Yes.
All right. Due to the fact that it is a sinister glowing eye, I'll say that you have advantage on targeting it because it's kind of obvious amongst the night sky and the black tentacles and the writhing mass. So, not an issue. Aim for the eye, and let's see, since you got that advantage, I'll say that the armor class due to that is an 18 for you to hit.
Well, I don't need to worry. I got a nat 20.
Formalities are formalities, and the eyes and teeth. On that 20, you're going to have a confirmed critical damage. So please roll for me your damage times 2. And
So
tell
my
me, what are
Eldritch-
you using to do your damage? Is it your Eldritch Blast, or is it your weapon?
I'm using my Eldritch Blast that has been blessed by Dendar.
You're using a Dendar Blast. I see. Going for those cheat codes, are we?
Yes.
All right, so you, did you get... Okay, so you're going to do for both of your beams, or one of your beams? What are you doing here? Okay, so I'll say you managed to pass the check on both beams on the one roll, because you targeted the eye. So, hit me for those beams to see if you can manage to blind it.
First one's a 9, and the second one's a 10.
All right, so 19 points of damage total.
Yes.
All right, it takes the damage, and you see like your energy flows into the eyeball. Concerningly, though, it's not impacting its vision. In fact, you see the eyes are glowing brighter, as if it's absorbing the lingering mana from your Eldritch Blast. But much to your surprise, you see a little imprint of Dendar appear under the left eye, as if something has sunk in. You have marked the enemy. Those who see the mark have advantage when trying to strike. So like this one giant eye in the center, but there's like two sides, right? And yours is just under the left side of it, almost appearing like a teardrop at a distance. The emblem of Dendar.
I end my turn.
Beautiful. That would bring us to Mirth. Mirth, you'd managed to knock a good hunk off of that mimic, but it got flattened to a pancake in front of you by this much larger problem on the table. How does Mirth line up for the joke today?
Mirth looks up at this giant creature. He's like, harbinger of death, huh? It's funny, I was just about to tell a joke. Spoiler alert ends with a punchline. And I swing away.
Are you swinging for the glowing emblem of Dendar on the head, or are you swinging at the body?
I'm going for his cankle.
You're going for the cankle. All right. Yes. I'll give you advantage for that. So if you roll low, you can re-roll. Please, roll higher than an 18.
All right, let's see what we got. Oof, that is a 19 plus 8, 27.
Oh, yeah. In fact, you're going to get crit damage. In fact, you've almost hit a 30, so I'm going to give you 3 times damage on that.
Oh, sweet. That.
I'm going to
let's see.
Let that slide. You're going to hit that ankle hard. Here comes a dent. Math is mathing. The wonders of D&D.
All right. Total 39.
39 points of damage, rush, and you literally, as you smash this thing with punchline, there's a deafening ringing noise from the metal hitting back against all of that condensed flesh and bone, and you feel it vibrating in your body, but it's not hurting you, right? But you leave a dent in the thing's cankle, in the perfect shape of punchline.
Love it, and I'm going to go for my second swing.
Please,
that one's going to whiff. That one's going to whiff it. 10.
Happens. Technically, though, you did have advantage, and you didn't already waste it off the previous swing, so you could reapply it to this one. Oh. I'll allow it.
That one's going to be, in that case, 26.
26. On that 26, since you managed to get past 25, almost to 30 again, hit me with that triple.
All right, that's 15. That's going to be 45 total points of damage.
Oh, it's going to hurt this time as you smack again with punchline right in the same hole you just made. It sinks in a little deeper, and you notice that this giant creature starts to wobble a little when it puts pressure on that. It has been given disadvantage. You have managed to give it a limp.
Oh yeah, you got to go for the same hole twice. You can't just start just poking around going to holes.
You're not entirely wrong. Thank you for that, Mirth. We come to Nasha. Yeah, I kind of figure you're right on the line because you did some damage. Nasha, previously you'd literally been, you kind of took a little damage from that necrotic damage. You were able to kind of brush your lapel off. You had time to watch as the inky covered mimic gets crushed under the boot of this massive one-eyed monster. It has a limp now because of a giant dent you can see in the shape of a mace almost, like this big metal smacking stick. But that's what's before you. So tell me, what do you do?
So, what's the bonus I need to do for that sword I was just thrown?
You can do any type of attack you want. It just does half stat damage, which Norun will be able to tell you its stats when you go to swing with it. But you can wield it as any blade you've ever held. It's like a natural. It doesn't even take you any instinct. It just feels like it was made to be held. That is the beauty of Suitor. Anyone that wields one of his blades is almost a master by literally feeling his presence within the blade itself.
All right, yeah, I'm going to go this way.
Beautiful. Due to the creature having disadvantage, the armor class is an 18 in order to strike. So if you would, please hit me an 18 or higher.
Yep. Doing it now. Being a little slow.
That's all right. Slow and steady wins this race.
That's a nat 20. Yeah.
Beautiful. I'm going to give you double damage. So, Nor, would you please give the stats to Nasha so she knows exactly what to run and what to roll?
Because you did double, you would have back to the normal stats of the blade itself. It would be 4d8 plus 5 to fire damage.
It'd be
Thank
what?
you. So please,
It is
4d8
4d8
plus 5. Yes, you'll be rolling 4 separate d8s and add 5 to each total, like to each dice.
12, 13, 25, 11, 36, 45.
45 points of fire damage have been applied to the entity. Where did you strike? Just so the world knows.
She is small as fuck, so she's going for the legs.
You just stabbing it in the other glankle.
Yep.
So you swing and you just hear smack slash, like almost air wisping and willowing nearby as you're just carving up on this thing's literal shin and ankle. You leave like a burning trail behind in the shape of Draven. His symbol is now burning on the body.
And as my bonus action,
Yeah.
I'm going to do create bindle, which is basically something like I can make a little handy haversack to prepare for anything that drops whenever this thing dies in front of me.
I understand. Take that free action.
And that'll be good.
That will bring us to Magnus. See, while everyone had been getting all that combat on, Magnus for a while had been studying the glowstalks, studying some of the fauna and flora, learning the land. Adventuring off at a distance, he hears the rumblings of the earth, the fires in the sky, the hiss and smoke upon the glowstalks. Takes him a little bit of time to finally catch up to everyone, but when he does, he comes upon the scene of combat. Magnus, before you is this monstrously large entity coated in almost blackened tentacles, large into the sky. You see a giant glowing singular eyeball, the mark of some divine under the left side. Upon its shin, you see the mark of another divine, only burning in a blackened fire. And to the other ankle that has been damaged, you see the little imprint of a mace almost, a large metal instrument that has bashed it in. This creature has taken some damage, but it is still standing very strong. So tell me, how do you square up? What is your first instinct? As always, you have your 3 parts of your turn. You have your movement, your combat, your roleplay. But tell me, what do you do? Magnus, did we lose you? I believe we may have lost Magnus, Houston. So while Magnus has come upon this scene, when he is able to return to us, we will address what Magnus sees. But guess that brings us right back around to Mycella. Now, do tell me, Mycella, what do you do? I'm ever so curious.
Mycella looks down, clutching at her holsters, and and immediately grabs for her bow and notches an arrow.
Beautiful. Arrow is notched. Where are you targeting? The alpha squirrel or the big bad some ways away?
I am the squirrel.
You take aim at the squirrel. The squirrel's armor class is a 12.
That is a 22.
Oh, not an issue. You're going to go double damage. You almost doubled its armor class.
I also wanted to bonus action Hunter's Mark on top of that, so that I can get that extra D6.
You got it. Almost with an afterthought, you send out a little tendril of energies, and a symbol special to you appears on the enemy. Where do you choose to place it?
Right in the center of its forehead. Sure, let's go with that.
Right above the glowing eye?
Yeah.
All right. The mark appears right above the glowing eye. You have advantage on the enemy and can gain your extra damage dice. So please, what are you going to do?
18 damage from what that arrow shot did.
Beautiful. That alpha squirrel falls over dead as a doornail. You took out its HP like it was nothing, and as it falls back, it disintegrates into a gray wisp, leaving behind a small medallion of some sort.
I go over and I pick it up.
You notice that this medallion is small, made of gold, and it has a singular emblem on it. It doesn't immediately strike you as magical in some way, but it might be important.
I look back at Norun and I scoff again, and I'm just like, yeah, see, I didn't need any help.
That was great. What else would you like to do on your turn?
I think I'm good.
Beautiful. Then that will bring us to Norun. Norun, you had done some decent damage with your blade and passed off the Blade of Suture to another ally. Tell me, where do you address yourself in combat now? What is your next move?
I would like to clarify one thing first. My blade
Please.
doesn't come back to me until I will it back. So for now, Nasha still has it.
Yes, I figured that would be the case until they relinquished control.
But for now, I think I want a little chaos. So I'm gonna roll my D100 for the words, man. English.
It's all right. It's a lot. It's exciting. We're in the throes of battle. It's natural. Take a second and tell me your battle plan.
I need to pull up my folder. I need to look at my shit again so I can remember. I'm gonna do the wild magic of my primordial flames.
All right. Then roll for me your wild magic and tell me what the effect is.
That is a 100. Damn, if only I could roll this thing for damage.
Not on my watch. But what is the result of a 100 on your wild magic table?
I need to go grab it because it's in the server.
Please be my guest. And as soon as you have the result, let me know.
Here we go. What is this? Okay, so it is. I'm using the one that our friend Nasha sent
Beautiful.
because it's just there. It's easy.
Hey, an option's an option, and I'm not arguing, but what did you roll so I know what's happening?
So I'm gonna read the whole thing because
Please.
on if I roll a 97 through a 100, I get roll 1d6. On a 1, I regain 2 d10 hit HP. On a 2, one ally of my choice regains 2 d10 hit HP. On a 3, I regain my lowest level extended spell slot. On a 4, one ally regains their lowest level extended spell slot. On a 5, I regain all my sorcery points. And on a 6, all of the effects of from a different wild magic table affect me simultaneously.
Welcome to the rabbit hole. We're jumping in deep. Hit
Let's
me with
see.
it. What are you
What
getting?
am I going to roll on this d6? This is interesting. I'm looking at the 17 through 20. That is interesting.
What have you got? That's great.
I rolled a 6. Who would have thought?
What is the new wild magic effect that is to trigger since you rolled a 6, which causes another wild magic effect to trigger?
It looks funny just by me looking at this shit. Because it says all effects of this are now put onto me.
Yeah.
It is in wow. Okay. You are subjected to an effect that lasts for 1 minute unless its description says otherwise. I'm going to start reading out the effects now. You're surrounded by faint ethereal magic only you and creatures within 5 feet of me can hear. My size grows by 1 size category. I grow a long beard made of feathers until I sneeze. I must shout when I speak. I'm not going to do that. I will get in trouble.
Nope.
An illusionary. I think it's supposed to say illusionary. Butterflies flutter in the air within 10 feet of me. An eye appears on my forehead, granting me advantage on perception. And Pink bubbles float out of my mouth whenever I speak. I'm going to use that one instead of the shout, because that one's funnier.
And that's fine. And all of these trigger at once, right?
Yes, and on 8, my skin turns a vibrant shade of blue for 24 hours, or until the effect is ended by remove curse spell.
Oh, please. Roll and tell me what you're stuck with. I gotta hear this. Because so many things happening at once. This is great. You said wild magic, and the wild magic is here. Hold my beer.
I'm blue now!
You are... Okay, so whether you recognize it or not, every single bit of your body now matches Bluebell Flame in tone. You have become a walking blueberry.
Can my fire also turn blue because of that?
Yes, your fire will turn blue, and you know what? Just because it happened, you're making pink bubbles when you talk. I'm letting that shit stand. Ah! So the wild magic forms around you, slowly absorbing into your body as your skin tone fades and darkens to this deep, deep blue. And when you go to speak, pink, vibrant bubbles start flowing out of your lips with every syllable that you utter.
Bro, I color shifted from near coal black to blue.
I'm sure there's a joke about a cartoon series in there somewhere, but I'm not getting copyright infringed. That being said, is there anything else you want to do?
Because my chaos has been satisfied, I'm going to attack.
Oh, beautiful. Please, Mr. Newest member of the Blue Man Group, hit me for that beautiful damage.
Except I'm not bald.
It's an 18er. Hey, I resemble that remark. But seriously,
You're not
roll an
entirely
18 or
bald.
higher to hit me. Hey, I resemble that remark. But still, please, roll for me over an 18 or higher in order to hit this thing, boy.
I got a 19.
What did you get? Oh, beautiful. Please, it's not a crit, but it is damage. So, hit for that beautiful damage.
So it's 2d10, right?
Yes.
Got a 7 and a 9. Oh, wait, no, that would have been a 10.
Oh.
I was reading the die wrong. That would be a 10.
So, a 10 and a 9 or a 10 and a 7?
10 and a 7.
Okay, so 17 points of damage. As the almost like bluebell flames darken to match your blueberry disposition, and you strike, you leave a burning mark in the color of blue amongst the body. It's like glowing neon blue across its literal limb. Okay, so it's just like a line across its foot and up the shin. That's like blue flames. That's great. Thank you, Nor. It's beautiful.
I believe in
On to our
chaos.
third player. I can tell. Niram, that is you. All the squirrels have finally been dealt with. There's not another squirrel in your vicinity. But there is something much worse to deal with.
I look at
That's
Maricela,
not all. Yeah, go ahead. You look at Maricela.
and I look at her and tell her, we should go check out that big-ass monster.
I'll say it's about 60 plus foot away, so you'd have to use some movement in order to get closer to it.
I'll scoop her up and dash, even though she's not conscious.
Oh, Maricela is conscious. Maricela has been doing some damage. She is conscious. What do you mean?
That's right. She's not. She's conscious. She's not conscious. She has no words in this agreement.
Oh, no. If you're going to try and move her against her will and she hasn't consented, then you're going to have to ask for consent, because we don't have anything happen around here without consent from another player. So please ask Maricela if they can be swooped by you.
I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to carry you.
No funny business, mister.
I can't promise anything.
Okay.
Okay. I imagine there's just like a little anger tick mark on Maricela's eyebrow as they're just being picked up by Niram. Like, literally, I imagine that Maricela's watching you like a hawk this entire time. But you've picked them up. What do you do with them now?
I use dash and I run towards the big monster.
Alright, you're dashing with Maricela in your arms. No problem. You're kind of like bouncing off of some of the glow stalks to get a little bit of extra distance. I'll say you've managed to move about 60 feet. Okay?
Okay. And I end my turn.
You're still a good 20 feet. Alright. I figure you're ending your turn while holding Mycella. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting. Thank you. You put that on the table so beautifully. Mirth, it's up to you now, bud. Last we had talked about, so you put the hurt on that cankle. Like, you dented that sucker in pretty good.
So, how tall is this creature?
10 stories.
10 story. All right, that's pretty tall.
Yep, it's a big boy.
Big
Well,
boy. All right.
Well, technically, boy, girl, hybrid, mix between. It's a lot of everything right now. It identifies as everything.
All right. So I can't reach its waist as a normal thing.
You could probably jump up to do it. If you were to do a leap, you could probably get there using its body as a stepping stone.
All right. Yeah, let's try that. Because I have a thought
All
that
right.
would be hilarious to me.
Let's call this a dex save to see if you can easily kind of like, scale the limb of this monster. So do for me a dex. And there's a nat one for the DM. There it is. I knew it was coming. I feel it in my bones as soon as I gave you a challenge. All right. Roll anything other than a 1.
An 8. It's an 8.
Oh,
so.
It's almost like it's like you're used to, like, your hooves are used to getting purchase on rough, craggy rocks and grass and very little to step on. So it's like natural. You just start running up, getting good traction. You manage to get up on its waist. Like, you can literally sink one of your hooves in and get a little purchase on this thing because it's so wide. So you're standing on its waist.
Fantastic. I'm going to say, here's the punchline, and it's a ball buster, and I am going to swing towards its dangly bits.
You can see that there's not like any definition on the dangly bits, but you need a hit, so you're going for it. It's going to be an 18 or higher on that armor class, so please see if you can run the great track, as they say.
That is a 19. 11 on the dice plus 8.
Oh, that's your first hit too, isn't it?
Yeah. And
that's triple damage.
Oh my god. Second is a nat 20.
You're going to get triple damage on both hits. And so I imagine you're aiming for first the left and then the right. Like, I imagine, like, you're like target and then acquired.
I'm doing, have you ever seen those perpetual motion machines that, like, in the 90s, everyone had on the desk with the balls just clank back and forth?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm going croquet. Yeah.
Roll your damage. Please.
All right. Oh, that's not very great. That's not great damage. Unfortunate. That's going to be
punchline, but I'm laughing. Damn.
The first one's going to be 30 after being tripled.
Yep. Beautiful.
And second to be let's see, math again. 39 points of damage.
As you drop the punchline and you hit, I mean, you hear a smacking crack. There's like an inhuman noise as the monstrous form starts to double in on itself from the pain. And then the second hit registers, and it just completely bowls over in half. What is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 15.
Yeah, you're standing on its waist and it's trying to crunch you in the middle from the reaction of being hit in the schnuts. So that's a 20 from the DM. Oh.
Fair enough.
You are now squished in this thing's abdomen and hip region. Like all the allies can now see is this thing is doubled over in pain, and you're sticking out at a very awkward looking angle compared to where you hit. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Worth it.
I figured it would. Is there any roleplay you want to do?
I would just yell down and just say, Get me out of this guy's belly button. And that's it.
You got it. Nasha, you're the next one on deck. You had managed to put a heck of a lot of damage to this thing using the Sword of Suture that has been lent to you by your ally. But tell me, where do you strike now, if at all? What's going through that mind of yours?
I did not hear that it was me. Sorry, I spaced out for a hot second.
No worries. When last we had checked in with you, you had done a massive amount of damage with Suture's blade, having managed to get a crit, bringing it to its original stat points. But my question now is, what do you do, and where do you address your next strike or your next cantrip? I'm curious. What actions will you take?
Is there a... This is going to be a weird question, but is there a spot that I can like push off of?
Okay, yeah, I'd say there's plenty of body that you could spring off of or bounce off of. Why?
What did you say?
I said, I believe that there is more than enough body from this thing that you could easily kick off it, push off it, however you're trying to. I'm curious what it is you're trying to do with that, though.
Gonna run up, kind of like kick off, and I want to do like a higher up, strike down on it with like a slashing motion, kind of like trying to cut part of it off.
Okay, so you're going to try and slash at one of the limbs to see if you can literally remove one?
Yep.
Okay. Armor class is an 18, and you're using the Sword of Suture, so I don't see why it's not a possibility. You're going to have to roll higher than an 18 to give it a shot, though.
Fine by me.
What do you got?
I wouldn't know. It's being slow again. That is a 19.
No worries. On a 19, not an issue. You're going to make that challenge. So if you would,
And
roll
then
for me your damage with the Blade of Suture. It is not a crit, so you have half of its initial stats. So it will
Which
be
is 2d8.
2d8 plus 5.
Yep.
Yes. Just making sure so others are aware. But yep, hit me with a 2d8 plus 5. And you notice that the flames on the blade have changed a startlingly deep electric blue.
That is 23 points of damage.
Oh, it's going to sink right in. And which limb are you trying to remove from the creature? Just so I'm aware.
One of the closest like tentacles to me.
No problem. As you do your running slash and you kind of, dive your blade through it, parting the flesh and the sinew, a large black writhing tentacle falls off, coiling to the ground and writhing, almost as if it's in nervous reaction, not yet realizing it's been severed from the host. And as it writhes, you see little bits of hair and fur are flinging off of it as it does.
And Bardic Inspiration on my cellar.
How did I know? Bardic Inspiration on yourself. Make sure you use it when it's necessary.
No, not on
I
myself,
understand
on my cellar.
Oh, on my Mycella. Oh,
Yeah, because
right.
bards
Glowing...
cannot actually inspire themselves.
More modern things, yes, they can. But we'll discuss that. There's ways. Moving forward, though, yes, you are very easily able to send your Bardic Inspiration out, and it's almost like a little moonlight glow surrounds Mycella as it sinks in. Mycella, you have Bardic Inspiration for your next roll.
It is a D8.
Perfect. So you'll be able to add that D8 to a result. And after finally getting some technical difficulties out of the way, Magnus is ready to take stage. Magnus, after taking some time to move through the Glowstalk forest and do some research in the nearby area after you'd been cataloging flora and fauna, trying to get a general sense of the grounds and the land, this monstrous entity almost appeared out of nowhere to your perspective off in the distance. You've had some time to catch up to it by now. All right, so you can be within striking range on a dash. But this thing is literally 10 stories tall. There's black tentacles writhing everywhere. You can see that there's marks written and a blaze all over its body. There's one above its eye, one on the bottom corner of its eye. There's one on parts of its body. There's burning marks and flames everywhere. This thing has been through a war zone. But how are you going to add to it, I wonder? What do you believe is your action?
There's still a person stuck in the crush.
Do what?
Is there still a person stuck in its crotch?
Oh, absolutely.
He's in the belly button. He's in the belly button. Just
Oh, the belly button?
Clarification. He's in the belly button.
he's in the belly button.
So the crotch is completely free then. There's nothing in the way.
No, the
Crotch is
creature
wide
is
open.
doubled over in pain. That's why Mirth is in the belly button. Like he's trapped in the muscles right there.
Okay.
This entity is
Can I
10
start-
stories tall.
Can I start shooting around the person so I can like let them eat and like ease out of the belly button so they can get out? Because I feel like they'd be drowning in there.
I would say, yeah. The armor class is an 18, so you're going to have to hit higher than 18 and not to just hit them, but to not hit Mirth.
All right, give me a second because I forgot to pull up my character sheet to roll.
No worries. Take your time.
All right, here we go. We got a good old 21.
You're going to do double damage. No problem. You have no issue carving your damage range around your allies stuck within the center of the solar plexus area and abdomen. So if you would, roll for that double damage.
Oh, that double damage. 1 second. We got a plus 18.
Oh, beautiful. So tell me what your total damage would be when you're done.
Wait, it was 21 there.
It's 21 damage?
It's 39, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, then it'll be 39 points. I was trying to keep up with your math calculations. All right, so 39 points of damage. You notice that as you strike it, your ally is now falling towards the ground. They're falling from a height of 2 stories at least. Do you choose to try and intercept to reduce the amount of fall damage they will take upon landing?
Yes.
Then I will give you the quick charge action to try and catch your ally. If you would, Mirth, what is your armor class?
19.
You're going to have to roll better than a 19, Magnus, to catch him to reduce that damage.
Oh, dear Christ. Gotta be so high, man.
Wait for it. Go ahead.
Oh, we got a 26.
I called it. It's almost like I know. You're running. It's almost like in slow motion as you see your ally is heading towards the ground head first. You can see Mirth's eyes start to widen, almost a manic grin as the gravity starts to like affect them as they're falling. But you have just enough time to jump up in the air and match the velocity to catch them and land without them taking full damage. They're going to take half of the amount of damage from fall. They will be taking 6 points of bludgeoning damage due to it being reduced.
Oh, sweet.
When you roll 7 d6s and get a 1 on each one. And they have to -1 because of the save. So
Wait, me or him?
that would be to Mirth. You do not take that damage as you manage to literally match velocity to catch them. But that's what Mirth is taking from the inertia and falling.
All
Like
right.
you're stopping part of it, but that initial, when you slam into them, they take an initial, ugh! So that's going to do most of that damage. That's why it's only half. Okay?
No, alrighty.
Physics. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You know this.
Yeah, of course.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
After we land, I'd like to set Murph down, just look back with a huge grin on my face, and just start blasting this thing's backside. if you will, action.
I'll allow it. You know what? It's funny as hell. I'll allow it. So, you're going to try and open fire on it with flames?
Wait, what?
You said you're going to try and open up something on it?
Yeah, I'm going to just start like double pistols. Both my pistols just aiming forwards. I'm not going to say it like that. It's backside, you know.
The entity's rear flank, if you will?
Yes.
That's why I said you'll need to roll higher than an 18 in order to unload all of those rounds. So, if you would.
I got you.
Yeah,
You got
because
a 24.
the enemy's armor class was a 20, but it's been reduced by 2 disadvantages, so it's now at an 18.
You got a 24.
Not a problem. You're going to have double damage, so please roll for me your rounds volleys.
Alrighty. 24 plus 28. I'm not trying to do quick math. Hold on.
No worries.
Yeah,
Take your time.
52.
Oh, yeah. It's feeling that. In fact, there's like a large line of smoldering holes in its rear flank, and it's not happy that it received that. You see
Right,
the
doesn't-
entity almost release this red aura around it before it stomps down one of its feet in pain, causing a spell known as Shockwave. For those of you that are in the immediate vicinity, I'm going to need a dexterity save from every single player. We'll go one at a time, starting with Mycella first, who is being carried in the arms of an Iram. So, Mycella,
Sorry, not all, by the way.
you're going to need to roll. Do I know?
I said I'm sorry to all for you having to roll with dexterity.
Buddy, this is a boss battle. You don't have to apologize. Be mad at the enemy. Don't be mad at the allies. But seriously, dexterity to overcome on this one is going to be a 17, Mycella.
22.
Not even an issue. And that 17 is set for everyone. So, my second Norun, roll higher than a 17 to avoid the earthquake.
19.
Beautiful. Next, Niram, who is carrying Mycella. This would be really bad if you failed this one. It'd be really
I got
bad
it.
if you failed this one. You got a what?
19.
I
goodness.
figured you would pass that, but I figured it'd be really bad if you somehow failed that one. Mirth.
That would be a whopping 11.
You're going to fail that one. And Magnus.
Yep.
24. I tried to say
All right, Magnus, you have... That's great. Like, you're still... You have Mirth. You got him stabilized. Like, you have a hand on his shoulder. 1 minute, you're about to celebrate. The next, he's flat on the ground as he's been knocked prone by the shockwave. Like, you're about to put your hand on his shoulder, and he just drops to the dirt. That instant. Your hand just, like, falls through dead air.
That's what I see. I just put it in BC chat.
Just about. That is perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Magnus. That was beautiful. That does bring us to the glowing Mycella, who is being brought very swiftly in the arms of a Niram. So, as you come upon the scene, Mycella, you notice something unusual about the monster at this stage. Magic is starting to roll off them in waves, starting to even distort the air and the smell of air around it. You're very sensitive to this type of magic.
I want to reach out and try to touch this magic and cast detect magic.
All right, you send out a magic pulse to detect magic. If you would, please roll for me your Arcana. Better than an 18. And since you have guidance, you can always use it on this roll when it's necessary. Keep that in mind.
Let me get to my spell. Oh. Arcana. That is a nat 20.
Oh, beautiful. You detect all kinds of magic rolling off of this thing. In fact, the moment that your magic reached out to make a connection, you feel something unusual. You feel almost like something like a trigger of sorts, or a button's been pressed. And the body begins to glow, an ominous white and black. In the back of your mind, you hear a very soft whisper. And in that whisper, you get the sense of danger, as if nature itself is warning you of what is about to occur.
I whisper to Naram, and I say, "Get back."
As you are standing before the creature, you see that first it glows white, and then black, and then white, and then black. And every time the color changes, the earth starts to warp around it. The smell of fire and death and destruction grows stronger, but the sounds of the wildlife begins to mute out. It's almost as if a dome is forming around you and the entity, and it slowly begins to compress in size, slowly going from 10 stories to 9 to 8 to 7. What do you do?
I try to get down and get away from here.
Absolutely. You start running with Niram almost second naturedly as you guys are like supporting yourselves. You start to run. With each step, you feel the earth sending you messages, flashes of danger and safety, smells of war and life. Almost as if something is causing the two forces of life and death itself to be felt by all beings within the dome. You cannot cross the boundary to leave the sphere. You are physically stopped before you can. You are now in a 50-foot by 50-foot dome. It looks like almost plates of magic, but you are at the farthest edge of it. What do you do?
My fella is starting to panic a little bit, feeling like a caged animal. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to aim wildly.
Oh, you're going to aim wildly. So you could either hit the enemy or an ally in this state. Ooh. There are currently 7 targets available. The big bad, all of your allies, and a burning shadow just off to your immediate south direction. You can feel it there inside the dome. Something is trapped with you. Roll for me your D6 -1, because that's taking yourself off the list. So remove your number from turn order. So remove the number 1. And let's see who your target is. Niram! You rolled Niram! In your panic, your hand is shaking on your quiver, and you don't have enough mental strength to stop. As at that last moment of quiver, your hand releases subconsciously, and the arrow flies. What is your armor class, Niram?
I think it's a 14.
Mycella, if you would, roll higher than a 14 to hit with your arrow.
I really don't want to.
It'll be okay. Trust the DM.
Oh, I rolled a 21.
You're going to hit. Against an ally, you do not do critical damage.
Okay.
Oh, thank
But
God.
you will hit. Now, your magic is infused into your bow, right?
Yeah.
That's perfect. Niram, with your high dexterity, I will give you an opportunity for a free action. If you can outroll against the DM in this flash challenge, you won't get hit by that arrow. But if you fail, you're taking the damage. Do you accept the challenge?
Yes.
I knew you would. Step up to the plate, big boy, and roll against me. DM rolls 17.
Nat 20, baby.
On that nat 20, you have just enough time, literally like the hair's breadth, to dodge as that arrow shoots over the top of your head and continues into the next target, which just so happens to be the bringer of death, the harbinger of destruction itself. Roll for me now your confirmed critical damage, Mycella. After all, you didn't hit an ally. The crit's back on the table.
13 damage is all.
Oh, it's a little more than that. You see, this thing has been glowing lots and lots of magic. And you have magic infused into your arrow. Like gasoline to a fire. Your arrow pierces part of the body. I now have to roll for wild magic. Give me just a moment. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh no. This is not what I was expecting to have happen, but ladies and gentlemen, on Wild Magic, the DM has rolled Copy Entity. And since there's only one enemy that can be copied on the battlefield, I am, for the first time as a DM, I'm actually in that moment where do I continue this or do I change it for the obvious this should not be happening moment. So I'm going to rewind time as the DM. And I'm going to actually roll once more to see. And if it happens again, we're sticking with it. It happened again! Fate cannot be denied, for where once was a giant creature is now two, and they're both going critical because it copies at the state at which the creature is at. There's two 50-foot domes of anti-magic protection literally overlapping each other. There's 100-foot range of you're not getting out of this now. And they're both going critical at the exact same time. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Thank you, Mycella. That was amazing. That brings us to Norun. Nor, where once was one, now there's two. What are you gonna do?
Did you say there was an anti-magic barrier?
There is a 100-foot dome of anti-magic.
Does that mean I just can't do my magic, or?
Oh, you can do your magic, but you can't break the dome with magic. And if you have magic in your body, you can't pass through the dome.
Damn, so I just can't get out. Okay, I don't need to.
No one of you can. None of you are able to escape. You all have magic in you.
Okay, so we know that there's flames around, yeah?
Yes. Yes, there are. There's some things on fire and then some in this area.
I'm gonna do two very special things here. One, I'm gonna control flame.
I figured you would, but how are you going to control flame?
Well, you see, because I am a flame wielder, I can make it bigger.
That is true.
I'm going to engulf both of them in flames. I will roll a challenge if I have to.
You know what? Time to put your money where your mouth is. Challenge the DM and see how well it works. But this isn't your average challenge. Since you're attempting to do something very big against my bosses, we're going to make this fun. Double down challenge! You'll have to roll 2 d20s against me. Higher the values is the one you have to go with.
So I roll 2 of them?
Yep, no bonuses, no benefits, just flat d20s.
Fun.
That's a 14 on the first. See if you succeed.
Well, if my die would not roll off my platform.
Even fate doesn't want you to answer.
That is a 17.
You succeed on the first. Beautiful. Now for the second. Nat 20 from the DM.
Come on, die. Don't fail me now. That is a nat 20 from the player.
You are able to craft the fires near you and within you enough to engulf both bodies in flame. and they are shrinking continuously. They are now down to 4 stories tall, and the energy waves coming off them are growing more intense by the minute, almost as if they're feeding off of each other.
Also, DM, do
Yes.
these creatures, do either of them count as magic or curse?
No, they can use magic, but they don't count as magic. Just as you have magic in your body, you don't count as just pure magic yourself.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask.
I appreciate it. Good to know the compositions of your enemy, and that is one that I can give you without needing a Arcana check. That's fine.
Anyway,
But you
Cloud
managed to
Dagger.
reveal- I had a feeling, Cloud of Daggers. Which enemy are you targeting?
That's the fun part. You said they both shrunk to 4 feet?
4 stories, not 4 feet.
For stories? You know what I meant. Same difference.
I'm pretty certain the difference between 4 stories and 4 foot is enough to go, that's not the same. But continue.
I need to go look at stats for Cloud of Dagger again. One sec. I forgot. As is the life of me, every time we do this campaign, I forget something.
It's 4d4.
That's not what I was looking at. I was looking at how wide it is. It is 5.
Oh.
No,
Casting
I
range.
knew what that stat was. I knew its damage stat.
Is it a 60-foot line of sight, or is it a 60-foot, like, cone?
The range is 60 feet, but the spell itself fills a 5 foot cube.
Okay, 5-foot cube of daggers. Okay, that's all I needed to figure out. You're fine.
Anyway,
Alright, so
I'm
you
gonna
can isolate a
I'm
part
gonna
of
aim
one of the
for the
enemies.
head of the new one.
Okay, you're aiming for the newest one that has been spawned right in the head. Beautiful. I'll give you advantage on your toss. Armor class is an 18 or higher to hit.
Oh, by the way, I do need you to remember, this is 4d4s every my turn and every your turn.
Oh, I'm aware. That's perfectly fine for what's coming.
Let's see. That is a 2.
Mm-hmm.
A 3. A 4. And a 4.
4, 8, 9, 14 points of damage?
I believe so.
13, sorry. 13 points of damage. I miscalculated by 1. But yeah, your dagger storm goes off. You see that there's glimmering blades now sticking all along one of the like above the eyebrow. One of them is just at the border of a mark that you can see glowing on the head. You can't discern what this mark is, but you can see that it's there. That will bring us to Niram. You literally just avoided getting your head shot off by your ally in a blind panic, due to them feeling trapped in the same arena you're in. Flames are dancing everywhere around the area. The two entities are continuing to release magic in pulsing waves. What is your constitution?
My constitution, it is 14 plus 2, so 16.
16. The entity that is in front of you releases a purplish pink hue from its eye in the shape of a ring, and you feel your senses start to be impacted. It is attempting to dominate mind. That is a 17 from the DM.
That is a 17 from player. That is a 17 from player.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please? Your audio cut.
17 from the player.
17 from the player. Okay, so that is a match. On a match, though the entity cannot dominate your mind, your defenses have dropped a little. You have a temporary reduction in your armor class by 1.
Okay.
An unusual sense of calm has hit you in the middle of the battlefield. That's abnormal, and you don't know how to shake it quite yet. That's what's dropping your AC temporarily. All right?
All right.
If you had failed, you would have attacked one of your allies.
Thank God I didn't.
But you do
Okay,
have a chance to react. So, what is your reaction?
Just like Nurun, I'm going to use Cloud Daggers.
All right. Now, the armor class is an 18, or at least higher, so Hit me with it to hit it with a cloud of daggers. The cloud of
19.
my brain. It got caught. Oh, yeah, no problem. You're going to hit it. You're not going to get a crit, but you are going to hit it. So roll for that beautiful dagger damage.
4, 3, 4, and 3.
Beautiful. The blades are sticking out of the creature's leg, almost like a stepping stone. Like you could walk up them if necessary. They're so beautifully and perfectly spaced from your dagger storm. Beautiful. Beautiful execution. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, I'm going to end my turn.
All right. That'll bring us to Mirth. Mirth, you'd managed to been caught out of the sky, sorry to correct my English, but you were caught out of the sky by one of your allies, taking a reduced amount of fall damage, but still very much in this fight. And where once was one enemy before you, there are now 2. They have reduced down to 3 stories in size. And it's literal like waves of energy are releasing from them to the point where it's distorting the ground and the stalks. You see some of them bending and warping, changing size and shape wildly. In fact, what is your dexterity?
Dex is 15.
Ooh. Entity rolls a 19.
That tracks.
So, as you are standing there, you're about to, square up. The creature slams one of its legs downward, and a few of the daggers that were in its leg fly out and fly towards you. So, You're going to take 3d4 damage, 1d4 for each blade that has managed to slide into you. So, that's 4, 5, 6 points of damage that are coming your way from the dagger storm. And when it hits, you feel a little odd, a little slow. Your movement speed has been reduced by 10 foot.
All right.
But this is your turn, so you have a chance to react.
Yeah, I get the one I've been hitting the whole time. And I say,
Absolutely.
This little piggy went to hell. And I slam punchline down on his pinky toe.
Beautiful. I will give you advantage for taking a aim at a particular target. So hit over that 18.
First is going to be 18 plus 8, so 26.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get double crit.
Yeah, the second one's going to be nothing. Yeah.
Did you whiff on the second one?
No, it's 23.
Yeah. All right. So I was right. You got the double crit. All right. So roll for me your total of it all.
All right. 8, 13. The first is 26.
Beautiful.
Second is 24. So
you lop off 50. The toe. Oh yeah, you lop off the toe, and it rolls very dementedly towards you. And as it does, you see that the black goo recedes, the tentacles fall, and there is a humanoid toe remaining.
I look around like, hey, we got some weird shit going on over here. And I just point at the toe.
Perfect. Thank you, Mirth. That would bring us to Nasha. Now, Nasha, as you've been taking in the scenes around you a little bit, dealing with all this magic and all this fighting, stuck in this 100-foot dome of anti-magic and dealing with these monstrous creatures, you hear a voice in the back of your mind. A very snarky voice, one you're all too familiar with. And you hear this. I didn't just give you a test, kid.
I gave you the absolute final exam. Now, I'll make yous a deal. You make it out of this, I got a real good thing waiting for you. Don't disappoint me.
And when you hear this voice wash over you, Nasha, a black bracelet with 3 glowing white jewels appears on your wrist.
Call this a little, insurance policy.
My question is, what do you do, though? You've heard this voice. What do you do, Nasha?
Okay, right for this part. Okay, here, alright. Let me look at my sheet again, because I had something, I've just got to double check it.
Take your time. It's all right. It might even take you a moment to ruminate on what was said.
Okay, this is going to be a bit of a fun thing.
Hit me with it.
I'm going to try and blind both of them.
You're going to try and blind them both. I mean, they only have one eye, so it's a pretty easy target. But all right. Armor class is an 18 or higher. So what is it?
It's spray of cards. I need them to both make a death save.
All right. What is the save challenge the DM must pass on each one?
16.
16. Beautiful number. Probably going to whiff it. Let's see. Survey says... Nat 1! No! No! No, but that's a nat 1. Creature's going to take it. Creature, the first one is blinded.
Alright, let me roll for the damage too then. Hang on, I gotta find the right die. I'm using a weird looking set, so I gotta figure out which one's the D10.
It's all right. You got 1 with the blindness, and I'll wait for your damage. But then we got to deal with the other one, managed to get blinded or not.
That's 27 points of damage on the first one.
Not a problem. It takes that damage, and it is blind as a bat. It can't see anything out of its only eye. And the second one, higher than 16, right?
Yep.
That fell off the desk. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That's a 19 from the DM. So that one, I'm afraid, does not get blinded, but the first one definitely did. So one can see, and one cannot.
This one will take half damage of. This is going to be a big one because I rolled triple 9s. That is 27. I think 27 halves to 14.
All right, 14 points of damage. It definitely feels the damage, but it is not blind. Although when you blinded the other one, you did something, whether you know it or not. So make sure you give yourself a plot point for that.
All right.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Nasha?
Bonus action, Bardic Inspiration on Tormek.
All right, Bardic Inspiration, flying through the air to land on a Mirth. It is a D8 as well, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Mirth, you're glowing. You got a D8 added to your next swing.
Sweet.
Any other action you wish to take, Nasha?
Nope.
You notice that bracelet on your wrist, one of the glowing jewels goes dark. And you hear a voice in the back of your head.
Not a bad move, kid. You got 2 more. Don't waste them.
Okay.
That brings us to Magnus. Magnus, you literally unloaded a large amount of ammo into the rear flank of the enemy before you. One of them has been rendered blind, one of them is not. Both of them are now 2 stories tall, and they are glowing so vibrantly, you're having issues seeing straight. Like you have to squint to be able to make it past the light that's coming off of these 2. The ground is starting to fracture underneath of them. The sky starts to darken further, and storm clouds grow. What do you do?
So the unblinded one, does it have the same exact health pool as the other one?
Oh yeah, it's a literal copy right at the point of creation. Copy entity. nasty thing on a wild magic table.
Me. Could I do an investigation roll to see if there's any like cores that I could aim for?
Or weak spots or vulnerabilities? Yes,
Yeah,
I'll allow you
yeah.
to do a target investigation to see. Do better than a 17 in order to find it.
Better than 17. I got you. That's easy. Easy money. Got a good old 18.
Beautiful. 1-up syndrome. I'll take it. I will take it. You notice that the one eye is a very big critical point, but what most people fail to notice is that there's a small line underneath the chin, and it has a hole in it. The entity seems to be focusing energy through this.
Ah, the upside down dragon scale. I see there.
Do you aim for it?
Of course, but not just on the not just on one of them. I'd like to empty whatever's left in my mags on each of them. Just
All right,
a
so
full Reaper ult.
Okay, if that is what you're trying to do, if you're trying to unload everything you have left in your pistols, I will say that you're able to do 2d8 to each creature, with the last of the volleys in. So roll, you have to initially get over the 18 of the armor class for each one, but 2 sets of 2d8. So roll for your first one to see if you hit the one that can see.
All right, 1 second. Maybe it's on the
You do that.
D8 or...
No, first you have to hit the d20 challenge over the 18, and then you'll be doing your damage dice.
Oh yeah, that's a 23 right there.
Yes, so you'll be doubling that damage. So it'll actually be 4d8.
48. All right, 1 second. Wait,
Yep,
48.
and that'll be on the first volley. Yeah, 4d8 total on the first volley, and then we will do the second volley if you roll high enough for a crit or if it's just basic. Okay?
And then on the first volley, we get a 23.
All right, so you're doing 23 points of damage on the first volley. Beautiful. Second volley up. You'll need to see if you can overcome the thing to do better than an 18 in order to hit it.
Better than 18. That's easy money.
Yep.
We got a 21.
Oh, yeah, so you're going to get another set of 4d8.
All right, we got 21 damage.
Beautiful. So you just lay into them, getting every last bit of ammo you've got in your guns. You hear them click, 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 click. Shit! You have no ammo left. But you have done a crap ton of damage in the mine site. There's holes riddled in each of the enemies. The one that you hit critically, you see that there's now burning fire leaking out of that hole.
Not sure what to do with that. I don't really have anything against fire.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait. I just... Could I summon my gauntlets?
I'll allow you to summon it as a quick action, but you'll have to wait until your next turn to be able to use them.
That's fine by me.
So, you ready your gauntlets as a quick action, and that is perfectly fine, as that brings us back to Mycella. Mycella, the entities before you are no more than a story tall now. But the power coming off of them is starting to affect you. You feel physically pressed back against the wall of the barrier. Literally watching as your feet are moving against your will, as you're sliding back from concussive force. You're not taking damage, but you're moving back. What do you do?
I'm going to steady myself against the magic, and I'm going to try and shoot at the monster.
Beautiful. Which one? The one that's blinded or the one that can still see?
Let's take down the one that can still see.
Yeah, I'll focus on that one.
On that one? The one. Wait.
All right.
That's still unmuted.
I'm sorry, that was funny. That was funny. Oh, okay. So that aside, Marcel, you're taking target on the one that is not blind, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. What is it you choose to do now that you have it in your sights?
Bonus action Hunter's Market, and I'm just gonna aim and shoot.
All right. Armor class is an 18 or higher. Hit me with it. Oh, and remind me, all of your arrows do carry traces of magic, right?
I do.
Right. So please roll.
19 on the die plus 8.
Oh, you're going to get double damage. Absolutely. So please. In fact, what was the total that you rolled?
19 on the die plus my 8.
That is automatic triple damage. Because you got within a couple of points of 30. Anything close to 30 or 30 is triple damage. So, yeah, roll that beautiful damage dice. And watch what happens.
Let me get a couple more dice.
Please do, because you're not going to want to miss this. No one's going to want to miss this.
7, 7, 6, so 14, 20 on that. 11, and 4, 15, so 35 plus 3, 38 damage.
38 damage rips into the monster's body. Your arrow pierces straight through your hunter's mark. White lightning like cracks form throughout the entirety of the entity's body. And as they do, you hear an almost inward sucking noise as things start being pulled towards the enemy. Almost like you're stuck in a vacuum. You can feel your feet are sliding across the ground towards them. What is your dexterity? What is it?
16.
16. Okay. Oh. Okay, DM matched your 16.
Okay.
So the white lightning cracks along the body. The magic that was in your arrow starts to seep in. I need to cast wild magic. That's what I was checking for. Here we go. This could be good or bad. Ha! Flames erupt from the ground as giant magma-like gushers appear. About 5 different geysers, making the terrain extremely dangerous. Any step could trigger a wild magic reaction. You have entered difficult terrain.
Oh, great.
As the difficult terrain settles, the entity with all the cracks in its body finally shatter. I'm going to need my players to make a con save. 19 or higher. We will go one after the other. First off, Mycella. Con save.
Oh.
What have you rolled?
I said a 12.
Oh, a 12. Ooh, okay. I will put that 12 down next to you. Okay. Second would be Norun.
21.
21. So you will pass that one. Third, Niram.
Nat 20.
Beautiful. That will bring us to Mirth.
Also a 21.
Beautiful. Nasha.
18.
All right. I'm afraid two of you have not made the check. So, to those of you who have not made the check, you watch as this giant, basic blast of white, all right, just complete white, just starts flaring everywhere, getting brighter and brighter by the second. You can see nothing. You can literally hear nothing but a dull roar of wild wind and the crash of thunder. To those of my players that managed to pass the check, nothing bad happened. But to those of you that failed, you take half of your HP removed.
And who failed?
Now, as this explosion triggers, we see first the white blinding until it recedes in, followed by a black wave of energy that is eaten up by the white. This keeps going over and over and over again in a chain reaction. You are all pressed against the furthest reaches of the dome until you hear a splintering
And then
crack.
I can type and then
What was that?
sorry, my earbuds died and it unmuted me.
Accidents happen. It's okay. So, sorry, that took me for half a second. The energies are blasting outward. To those of you took no damage, to those of you that did, you lost half of your HP. The magic continues to grow brighter and duller and brighter and duller. And as you are pressed against the walls of this dome, you hear crack, splinter, shatter as the dome breaks outward. Shards of enchanted like glass flying in every direction, beheading, literally bisecting some stalks, removing some from the ground, leaving giant gouges here and there. And at ground zero, there is a giant, smoldering, burning crater where there is something left in the very depths. Hotter than magma itself, smelling of ozone and iron. Both entities have gone supernova, self-destructing in a cataclysmic clash of light and dark. They've taken a good portion of the landscape out with them. All of you barely had enough time to make it as the force from the blast pushed you away, keeping you from ground zero. But there is no more giant monster, no 10-story, not even 2 creatures. There's just a smoldering pit and an eerie silence that settles. And in the back of the mind of Nasha, we hear a sick, cackling laughter.
Now that's how you pass a test! Oh, we got lots to talk of, little one. Lots and lots. But you first gotta bring all your people back here. I can't let none of them go. They're far too valuable after what you've shown me. Keep in mind, I'm bringing everyone home very soon.
And as he says this in your mind, you feel black flames start to circle underneath your feet and under the feet of all of your allies. In the blink of an eye, where once you were standing in the Evernight, surrounding a molten slag in a crater, you're now in a beautifully opulent building. Hard marble structures, golden statues, almost mirrored-like finish. And off the far distance of the hall, you see a very well-dressed to-do Aarakocra, 8 foot tall, slightly cocked hat, walking stick in his hand, puffing on a giant cigar. And that is where we leave today's session.